Welcome back, everyone. Tom Berger's with us today, Allen County's EMA director. We're talking a little bit about getting ready for winter. We don't like to think about it, and it's a little nippy out here today, but at least it's sunny, and I think if you're going to do it, if you're going to prepare some of these things, now's the time to be thinking about it.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Right now is the best time to start preparing here the 1st of November. We've got some dry weather coming up here, so it's time to start looking at your home, your vehicle, and start getting ready for that winter driving season and the winter season about ready to come upon us here.
Yeah, it is. It gets here quicker than you think. Let's start in the home. What's some things to think about there?
Yeah, so for your home, you want to make sure that you have your furnace serviced. Make sure you have someone take a look at your chimney and make sure it's swept out and get all that creosote out.
Yeah.
So before you fire that up, you don't have any chimney fires. And then go around your home and start looking for any cracks that may have developed from the settling through the summer. Make sure all of the weather stripping is properly installed and you don't have any gaps to kind of make sure that you're ready to survive those cold temperatures that we know that are coming.
I think, too, you brought this up before. I try to do it every year if I can, bring somebody that knows what they're doing as far as a furnace inspector, because you mentioned you don't want any gas leaks, you don't want anything like that. I feel much more confident if the experts come out and do that.
Absolutely. Definitely want to have someone trained to come out, take a look at it, change out that filter, just give you a quick once over to make sure you're going to be safe for the winter season. Yeah.
Take us to the car then. What do we need to think there?
Yeah, so the car, we always like to start off with the wheels, take a look at your tires, make sure you've got some good tread on those tires, they're properly inflated. Then move around your vehicle, check those wiper blades, take a look at that washer reservoir, make sure it has washer fluid in it, not water. I know some people try to go to water during the summertime, but in the wintertime, you definitely need to make sure you have fluid in there that won't freeze for you when you get out on the roadways.
Yeah, I like that fluid too that melts, and you'll have the stuff that help melt the ice a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
If you can get a de-icer in there as well, it helps out tremendously, especially on those cold mornings when the frost is on the windshield, and then when you get out on the roadways, help clear some of that road grime off your window as well.
Two things you mentioned, I think the furnace and also as you mentioned the windshield or the tires. Those are two things that I think a lot of us wait too late on. You don't realize you have bad tires until you're sliding through an intersection. So now's the time to check all that stuff out.
Yeah, now's the time to take a look at it. If you're not sure if your tires are good or not, take it to one of the shops here in town, have them take a look to make sure that your tires are properly inflated and you have enough tread on them as well. There's an old penny trick that you can take and stick a penny in it. If you can see the top of was it Lincoln's head? You probably need a new set of tires there.
I think if you've driven for a while, you've all been in this position where you slide off the road, hopefully not too far into it, but you're stuck. Are there things to bring with us, think about in those situations?
Yeah, so you want to have a winter kit available for your car, some jumper cables in there, make sure you have that cell phone charger in there. If you do have a rear-wheel drive vehicle, try to get some weight in the back. We suggest using like kitty litter or sand.
Okay.
So if you do slide off the road, you can that doubles as some weight in the back to give you some traction, but then also you can put it underneath the tire to give some traction to help you get off the road in the event of an emergency.
Somebody emailed me and asked me to ask you, are we allowed to, if you're stuck and maybe your car's not that visible, are we allowed to use flares to put along the road? Is that something that just a pedestrian can do?
That's a good question. I haven't been asked that question.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that.
For Highway Patrol, Lieutenant Grigsby. Maybe he can answer that question for us. But what we like to tell folks is stay with your vehicle.
Sure.
And make sure that you get that call out to the emergency response folks so they can get to you. If you do need to exit your vehicle, make sure that you can definitely see a structure to get into before you decide to exit that vehicle. Sometimes in the winter and snow, objects appear a little closer than what they are, so make sure that you can safely get there.
Yeah, I know you've talked about, as you mentioned, if your tailpipe's covered up and you're trying to do some heat there, you might be in trouble if you don't think about that.
Rule of thumb is 10 minutes every hour, but you want to make sure that exhaust is cleared. Make sure you crack a window to help with ventilation as well.
Going back to the house, you mentioned this before too, pipes going outside. To think about the same thing. If you have any snowstorms, you don't want any of those pipes being covered up.
Make sure all the debris is away from all of your exhaust pipes, your gutters. Make sure your gutters are clear of debris. Call someone out if you're not safe getting on the ladder to get those debris cleared out, just so you have a nice, safe winter.
Every year, it amazes me how many people will drive around and just one little hole dug out in their windshield. We've all seen it. That's got to be one of the more dangerous things.
It's extremely dangerous. Your field of view, it gets narrowed so much. You can't tell what's on the side of the road. There could be a vehicle on the side of the road, a pedestrian on the side of the road trying to get home. So make sure you're clearing off your windshield 100% before you get started on the road. Give you a little extra time.
Exactly. The other thing is you guys can help us out with alerts, and also technology kind of helps that process.
Absolutely.
Too.
We always want to stress for folks to sign up to Alert Allen County, allen-ema.com. Click on the Alert Allen County link. It'll take you over to where you can sign up to get those snow advisory levels for the county that Sheriff Triggley puts out.
Yeah, so convenient. Thank you, Tom. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good seeing you. Now, going medical news coming up next on Noon Edition.